Hi and welcome to White Wolf Yoga, and to today's session, which is all about soothing and stretching away tension and tightness that tends to get stored up in our bodies but also in our minds. Now we're going to begin just coming into a nice easy child's pose. So settling the hips backwards towards the heels, just laying the belly and the chest down over the thighs. And reaching the arms out in front of the body. And we don't need to stretch them too far to start with. You can keep a little bit of a bend in the elbow. Keep the shoulders and the hands relaxed. And drop the forehead to the mat. So this class is going to be really nice to do maybe at the end of a long day. Or really just any time you feel the need to unwind. We're going to take things really softly. And as always, I'll try and offer as many different options on postures as I can, just so that you can really take this class at your own level and at your own pace. So just settle in here into our child's pose, finding our breath, not looking to breathe in any particular way, just notice how you're breathing. Feel the wave of breath through the body, following each inhale and each exhale fully. Just noticing how that awareness on the breath really starts to center and focus the mind. Starting to let any distractions of the day, the past week, or the room where you are right now, just let all of that begin to dissolve into the background. And bring that connection to within, to the forefront. Just check in with how you're feeling physically right now. If you scan from the crown of the head and work all the way down to the tips of the toes, what do you feel and where exactly do you feel it? We'll really try and hold this awareness through the rest of the class today. A nice tool of bringing ourselves fully and deeply into the practice and into the moment. So let's take 3 nice deep releasing breaths here to begin. Now with these breaths, we'll breathe in through the nose. Feel the whole of the body expand with the breath. As we exhale, breathe out the mouth. And see if you can feel some tension just starting to leave the body with the exhale. Let's go for another couple. Breathe in nice and deeply in through the nose. And let it out. Big sigh, let that tension go. One more breath, nice and deep. Breathe it in. And let it go. Relax the breath. So relax the breath, let it come back to regular rhythm and rate. And where you remember though, we'll try and keep the breath flowing through the nose, for the most part anyway, and in and out through the belly. So we'll pop up from child's pose, up and onto all fours, nice and easy, aligning the shoulders over the wrists, placing the knees beneath the hips, hands, fingers on the hands are spread nice and wide, and you're pushing the toes deep and into the floor. So a couple of rounds of cow and cat here. We'll inhale, push through the hands and the toes, lift the heart, cow, and exhale, pushing round the back all the way off and into cat stretch. Relax the head, give it a shake side to side. Let's go a couple more rounds. We'll inhale to push up, lift through the heart, draw the shoulders back and away, and with the breath, exhale, round and push back off. Okay, we'll inhale here back into a neutral spine position. And we're going to take a really nice stretch, one of my favourite ones for the shoulders. So can we go up and take the right arm on a diagonal over towards the left? And imagine that arm like a knife edge, so you're on the little finger side of the hand. You're really grounding that knife edge into the floor. The left hand can just come to a position where it feels nice and supported. But see the right hip? Can you push it back and away from the body? So you're lifting the hips up and bring them over towards the right. At the same time, you're grounding that right arm, knife edge into the floor. And breathe, really nice for getting into the shoulder, but can you feel it also down towards the ribs, all the way through that lateral line? Let's breathe here, 3, keep pushing the hips back and away, grounding through the hand, 2, and 1. Nice and slowly, sliding the right hand back under the right shoulder. We'll change the side, so go over on the diagonal with the left arm on that knife edge. Bring the right hand to a position that supports the body. And then we'll push the hips upwards and over to the left. Keep grounding through that knife edge. Open them more and more. We'll take 3, push those hips back and away. 2, keep that breath moving. And 1, release. Nice and slowly slide the left hand back. Right hand back in our regular tabletop. Okay, for the chest, we're going to come into puppy dog. So we'll walk the hands forward. Maybe come up onto the fingertips. Push the hips backwards and drop the heart down towards the floor. You could maybe even come a bit wider with those hands if it feels good. Relax the head. This time the hips are just pushing upwards and away from the body. Really feel the rise and the fall of the body as you breathe here. On an inhale, you feel the body rise. And on an exhale, you feel the body sink and melt and fall a little closer to the earth. 2 more breaths. Take it in. Feel that tension leaving the body as you breathe out. Nice and deep. 1 more breath. When you're ready, you take it in. And let it go. And with that exhale, slide in the hips backwards towards the heels. Drop into your child's pose. Soften the arms, relax the shoulders, then breathe. So the neck and the shoulders are a real problem area for manifestation of the physical effects of stress within the body. So it's nice just to focus on them a little when that's our aim through the class. Okay, we'll lift ourselves all the way up and into tabletop. And then we're going to tuck the toes and just press straight up and into down dog. It's our first one. We're not going anywhere dynamic today either, so we'll just make this as soft as we can. You can bend the elbows a little bit if that takes some pressure off the wrists. Check the head is relaxed. Give it a little shake, up and down, side to side. Walk your dog as you pedal the heels. And walk it all the way in. Feet forward towards the hands. We're going to come into our ragdoll. So we'll keep the feet where they are in terms of distance apart, around our hip width. Soften into the knees. And draw the hands onto opposite elbows. And we're just going to breathe into this. Nice back line opener. Keep it soft. Relax the head, perhaps you could even close the eyes. And here the head is lower than the heart. So that's going to help us draw oxygenated blood flow towards the brain. And that's going to keep us nice and relaxed, calm our central nervous system, and prepare us for a good night's sleep when we go to bed. If it feels good in the hamstrings, alternate between bends in one leg and straightening the other. If you notice a tighter leg, that side, hang in on it a few more breaths than the other. See if you can start to find some balance. And then we'll bend both knees again. And we'll drop the hands from the elbows, slide them up on top of the shins, and bring the head to hip height, flat back. Just giving the spine a moment to realign and the blood pressure a chance to regulate. Those with low blood pressure might need a bit longer here. When you're ready though, push down through the soles. We're going to inhale and reach the arms all the way up into the air. Just give a little counter stretch, a lift of the heart, gentle back bend, and then as we exhale, we'll bring the hands down past our heart center and into mountain pose. And we're going to cross the feet over. So we're going to leave the left foot where it is, but take the right foot over to the outside of the left. And we'll bring our hands onto our hips here. Draw the elbows backwards, lifting the heart. Inhale. And then as we exhale, push the hips back, lead with the head. Keep looking forward for as long as you can, as long as it feels deep enough for you. And then when you feel that it's deep enough, drop the head down. You can either keep the hands on the hips or you can send them towards the floor. And we'll breathe here into this. Now arm position can vary, so you can stay with the hands on the hips, you can let the arms dangle towards the floor. If you want to, you could even bring the hands around the back of the ankles there, and use the hands to pull and draw yourself a little deeper into this opener. We'll work with the breath here. On an inhale, we'll draw the crown forward, lengthen the spine, and then as we exhale, we'll fold a little deeper over those legs. Feel that into the outside of the hips too. It's a really nice one. Let's go, a couple more breaths. Inhale, open. Exhale, let it out. One more breath, take it in, and release. And hold. Just for another 3, keep that breath flowing. Another 2. And 1. Nice and slowly on your way up. And give yourself a little bit of time at the halfway point. And then when you're ready, come the rest of the way up. Root down through the soles. Engage the core, protect the lower back as we come through center. And then we'll change sides. So we'll go back into normal standing, and then we'll take the left leg over the other side towards the right. Hands start on the hips, bring the elbows back. Inhale, open, lift through the heart, and exhale, press the hips back. Lead with the head. And then when you feel you're deep enough, drop in and down. You might feel really different one leg to the other. If that's the case, try and just spend extra time in those areas where you really need it the most. Hands on the floor maybe, or those that want to go deeper, if you're already quite open here and you want more, go around the back of the ankles by the Achilles. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull the belly and the chest towards the thighs. Couple more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more if you can. Inhale. And drop in on the exhale. Relax the neck. All the way into the face and the head. 2. And 1. Nice and slowly, halfway up, hands to the hips, engage the core, and take your time, coming all the way up, back to center. Now we'll uncross the left leg, bring it back to regular mountain pose, arms by the sides. Okay, let's flow into a down dog. So we're going to inhale to reach the arms up. Soften the knees and exhale down to forward fold. Bend the knees until you can plant the hands onto the floor, round about shoulder width apart. Press into the hands and then just one by one step the legs back and we'll find down dog. Just pedal it out. Rebalance the alignment. Push through the hands, draw the hips up nice and high and the heels down towards the floor. Okay, so we're going to come into our lizard pose here. Press through the palms and take an inhale to bring the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Look to the outside of the right hand, and as we exhale, can we step that right foot across? Take your time, or if you need a little bit of help, you can use the hand to guide that foot into position. And then once we've got the right foot where we want it, we'll bring the left knee to the floor. Make sure the left leg is in a straight line with the hip, and walk it away from the body. Feel that release into the quad, into the hip flexor left leg, and can you maybe take the toes flat to the floor? Any knee problems, if that doesn't feel comfy, it's okay to keep the toes tucked if you prefer. Okay, let's relax into these hips here as we drop into lizard, which might just be hanging on with the palms on the floor. It might be dropping the forearms all the way down to the ground, or if you've got a prop, you can use a cushion or a book or a bolster, a yoga block if you've got one, just to raise the ground a little for you to rest your arms on. That could be useful here. Okay, so we're finding our lizard, and we're dropping into it nice and slowly with the breath. A slow, deep breath is going to keep our central nervous system calm, which will in turn allow the muscles to stay relaxed and open. And that's how we really, from that point, build on our flexibility and our mobility. Relax the head. Keep that breath moving for another 3, nice and deep. If you want to take some big exhales, they can really help rid the body of more tension. Nice and deep, take 2. And 1. And when you're ready, taking your time, we'll bring the hands back to the starting point. And then we're just going to push back for lunge split variation. We'll keep the right foot outside of the hand. And we'll just straighten into the right leg as much as it wants to go. As always, doesn't matter if the knee's bent or straight, just depends on what it feels like for you. If you can though, maybe flex those toes towards the shin. Feel that calf opening more. And we'll bring it back. Okay, right knee stacks in line with the ankle. We'll tuck the left toes under to pick the left knee up. Left leg nice and strong, ground through the hands. Now we're going to bring the right leg all the way up and into 3-legged dog. From here, can we bend the right leg at the knee and then just drop that right foot towards the left side. So you go half wild thing. And breathe. Feel that inside the hip and the waist open up. Keep pressing through both hands. Relax the head. And 1, let's square the hips off and take the right foot all the way back down into down dog. Pedal out the heels, relax through the head. Let's go left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot outside, little finger side of the left hand. Drop the right knee down, walk the leg back in a straight line with the body. If possible, toes are flat. You can cushion under the back knee if you need to. And drop in. So maybe here's enough. Maybe take the forearms to a prop. Or if you can, you want to go all the way in, drop them to the ground. And let's breathe. Nice and slow with the breath. Maybe with the eyes closed, you can really connect a little bit more deeply with the body and find specifically, pinpoint where you're experiencing this pose the most. And it'll be slightly different for all of us. And where you feel this position the most, see if you can imagine the breath flowing there. So that with each exhale, you allow yourself to drop more and more into this pose as you work deeper into the body. Keep that breath flowing. Let's go for another 3. Keep relaxing. Drop in more, 2. And 1. Nice and slowly bringing the hands back in line with the left foot. Push back, lunge splits variation, left leg forward. Only flexing the toes if you want a little bit more in the hamstring and the calf. Otherwise, it's fine just to keep the ankle nice and relaxed. Okay, let's bring it back. Knee in line with the ankle. Your right toes tuck, right knee lifts, press into the palms. I'm going to bring the left leg all the way up, 3-legged dog. Bend the left leg at the knee and scorpion tail. Left foot over to the right side for our half wild thing. So we're not going too mad into full wild thing today. We're keeping it a bit more gentle. Maybe holding it a little bit longer too though, so it's challenging in that respect. And 1. Bring it back. Square the hips off. Left foot down. And we'll take our down dog to the floor. So we'll bring the knees to the mat. Sit the hips back onto the heels into a kneeling position. Give the wrists to stretch out if they need it after holding that down dog for a little while. Okay, so we're going to move now into a seated position from where we're going to extend the legs out in front of the body. So we'll keep the right leg where it is and we'll bend the left knee to the side. Now the knee doesn't need to be fully flexed all the way here like this. It can, if you prefer, scoot a little further forward, and you could always pop your knee onto a bolster or a cushion or a block, just anything really. A rolled up blanket or a towel can do the trick, just to give you a little bit of support if you need it there. Okay, so left knee's bent, right leg is extended. We'll grab onto the right leg and slide the leg back for a nicer position for the hips and the spine. We'll also flex these toes in towards the shin as well. From our seated position here, can we take an inhale, reach the arms up, and as we exhale, we'll extend the arms forward, keep reaching forward, and then when you feel it's deep enough, drop the hands down either side of the leg. Doesn't matter where they end up. It might be by the thigh, they might be by the calf, they might be deeper, it doesn't matter. What matters is what this pose feels like for you right now. And look for the feeling of a nice deep stretch, but nothing more than that. We don't want to strain or bring pain into our bodies. And you can decide whether you just want to relax and breathe here, or if you want to work with the breath to draw yourself a little further now. If you do, look forward towards the right toes. Take an inhale, crawl the fingers forward, and as you exhale, can you drop a little deeper in? Maybe take another breath. And inhale, reach, and exhale, fold. And breathe here. Nice and deep for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly sliding the hands or walking the hands all the way back up along the right leg. Rebuild the spine nice and tall. Can we take that right leg out on a diagonal to the side? Left knee stays where it is. Toes of the right foot stay flexed towards the shin. Going to take a side stretch. We'll inhale the right arm up, nice and long along that right side of the body, and as we exhale, we'll drop the right arm down on the inside of the right leg. And use that right arm to press against the left leg as we peel ourselves open, drawing the left hip and shoulder backwards. You might want to hang here, you may want to go a little deeper and reach the left arm up straight into the sky. If you can and you want to go further, you could maybe think about taking the left hand towards the right foot, but just watch that this doesn't happen. You close the shoulder off. Here you totally lose, you're losing most of the stretch along this lateral line here on the left. So it's not important how deep we get, it's important how open we stay. So keep that openness. Keep that breath moving, feel into that left lung. We'll take another 3, another 2, and 1. Coming up nice and slowly when you're ready. Left arm followed by the head, all the way back to the middle, and then we'll change sides. So bend the right leg in and take the left leg out. So changing sides, we've got our right knee bent in a position that's comfortable, supported where you need. We've got our left leg outstretched, shift the leg back, flex the toes, and we'll inhale, reach, arms up. Imagine I've got hold of your hands, and as you exhale, I'm pulling your arms forward so that you're lengthening the body, and you fold all the way down over that left side. And see how you feel. You might not want to go any deeper, you might just want to relax where you are. If you do feel that there's a space that you want to move into, we use the breath to help us get there. Let's look forward towards the left toes, and as we inhale, we'll reach, crawl the hands forward, and as we exhale, drop down and into our fold. A couple more breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And another breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And relax and breathe wherever you are. For 3, 2, and 1. Walking it back all the way to the center, and we'll move into our side stretch. So right leg stays in position, left leg will scoot to the side. Bringing up the left arm on an inhale into the air, and on an exhale down onto the inside of the left leg. Right hand onto the right hip, and we'll draw the top hip and shoulder back. Option to keep the hand there, take it up and into the air, or if you want a little more, reach that right arm over towards the left side. Remember to keep that openness, top shoulder drawing back and away. Enjoy that stretch all the way along the right side of the body. Can you feel it into the hip, up into the waist, into the ribs, into our shoulders? Let's take another 3 breaths, nice and deep. Feeling the ribs expand with every inhale. 2. And 1. Nice and slowly. When you're ready, right arm down, bringing the head all the way back to center, and we'll just bring the feet hip distance apart with the knees bent. And then we'll slowly lower the spine all the way down onto the ground. Relaxing the arms by the sides, palms rolling upwards, shoulders dropping into the floor. And we'll bring the knees to the right side and turn the head to the left, and we can slide our arms maybe shoulder height, or if you want a little bit more length, reach them up and overhead. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, knees to the left, head towards the right. And then inhale to center. As we exhale, we'll bring the knees in towards the belly and the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a big squeeze, massage into the back. And then place the feet down onto the floor. Take one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. And can we drop the knees to the side? So recline and cobbles. You can slide the feet further forward, it'll ease the depth of the pose off. You can bring them a bit closer to the body, it'll deepen. So just getting comfy, really relaxing through the knees, through the hips and through the shoulders. And we're just going to finish with 3 deep tension releasing breaths, so similar to the ones that we took in our child's pose. On these exhales, can we really feel the shoulders and the hips melting and dissolving away all of that remaining tightness from the body. So we'll go for a nice deep inhale. Inhale through the nose, feel the belly rise, and then the heart. And as we exhale up the mouth, release that tension. So we'll take that as a practice breath. Let's go for 3. Inhale into the belly, all the way to the heart. And exhale, completely breathe all of that air out. Let's go 2 more. Take it in, and let it go. Last breath, nice and deep. Breathe it in. Positivity in. And tension out. Let it all go. And then releasing when you're ready. The legs out, the arms out. Final shower.